The older we get, the less we want to learn new things. We kind of get stuck in our patterns. We kind of, we find our way and we stick to it. That's what works, and we don't want to learn anything new. And the honest truth is, if you want to be successful on Amazon, especially Amazon, but even eBay, one of the number one guarantees that you're going to face is things are going to change, and change some more. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And I was going through my comments on my phone, and it always surprises me some of the questions that I receive. But this was actually a really valid question. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are in their 50s, 60s, even 70s plus, who are watching my videos thinking to themselves, am I too old to get into reselling? Do I have to be young to be able to sell online? And I specifically want to talk about selling books on Amazon, but this can apply to eBay and really any other models. But the question that had come from, it was from a woman who was asking about essentially like, am I too old? She was in her 60s. Am I too old to be able to get into selling books on Amazon? I noticed that your mom is doing it and she's 65. I think she's 65 or 66. Shh, don't tell anybody. She won't want me to say it. But she had seen some of the videos that I posted with my mom. She's asking, am I too old? Can anybody do it? I mean, is she only able to do it because she had you as a son and a mentor? And I want to talk about that. So let's just say you're in your 60s and you're watching these videos and you're thinking about like starting, but you're like, I don't know, this is like a young man, young woman's game. It takes too much energy, too much time. There's too much software to learn, so on and so forth. And here's the honest truth. In order to be successful selling on eBay or Amazon, whether that's flipping books or toys on eBay or clothing, you've got to be willing to learn. And one of the things I've noticed, even myself as I'm 33, but even friends of mine who are in their 40s, family members, friends who are in their 50s and 60s, I'm not saying this is how it is, but I've just noticed this pattern, is the older we get, the less we want to learn new things. We kind of get stuck in our patterns. We kind of, we find our way and we stick to it. That's what works, and we don't want to learn anything new. And the honest truth is, if you want to be successful on Amazon, especially Amazon, but even eBay, one of the number one guarantees that you're going to face is things are going to change, and change some more. The pricing structures are going to change. The listing process is going to change. You're going to have to learn new softwares. The softwares are going to change. The rules are going to change. I mean, on Amazon, there's like a new change every single day. And that's one of the things that worry me most about, folks who are, let's just say in their 50s and 60s. I'm not trying to like single anybody out, but let's just be honest. The older we get, we kind of get stuck in our ways. And it worries me because even with my mother, I love your mama Profit, but she's really improved in this area. But in the beginning, I mean, she was freaking out because there was always another change. There was a change in software. There was change with the phones. There was apps that were getting updated. There were new rules and new regulations. And, I remember, when they changed the whole process with the box contents, and then you couldn't put more than 50 pounds in a box, and we had to change printers because we were trying to become more efficient. There's always changes that are going on. So that's the one thing that worries me most, is folks who want to get into this and they're not willing to change, they're not willing to adapt, and they want to get into this like cookie cutter model where they're going to start this business and this is the way it's going to be, and I'm going to go out 3 times a week and I'm going to learn how to do this, and that's it. If you want to be successful as a reseller, you've got to learn to change. You've got to learn to adapt. You've got to learn to zig and zag. You've got to learn to kind of go, I don't know what I'm dancing or dodging punches, but you got to go with the punches, right? And you got to roll with the punches, and you got to switch things up. The market's moving so quick online. The opportunity to make money in your 50s, 60s, even 70s selling on Amazon, especially Amazon FBA, which we'll talk about, is huge. But it's stressful. It's frustrating. Things are changing all of the time, and competition is brutal. And there are a lot of young guys and young girls out there who are even in their teens, early 20s, 30s, who are willing to put in the hard work. I have friends of mine who are putting in 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day sometimes, going to thrift stores and going to garage sales and scanning books and looking for toys and just putting in the hard work on Facebook and Craigslist to put together local deals. So it does take a lot of effort. There's a lot of changes going on. You do have to put the work in. But here's the thing that I want to talk about. While there is a lot of competition and sometimes it takes a lot of physical energy to do this business, there's such a big pie. What do I mean by that? There's such a huge opportunity to like find profitable items at thrift stores, at garage sales, at flea markets, auctions, online, even eFlip. If you guys don't know about eFlip, go to RaikenProfit.com/eFlip. You can source books online without even leaving the house. While there's a lot of competition and whatnot, the pie is so large, there's so many opportunities. All you need is a slice of the pie. You don't have to get the whole pie. Who cares if you go to the thrift store and there's 5 competitors there? There's maybe $4,000 of profit there or $1,000 of profit. Maybe one guy gets 300, another gets 2, another gets 2. Maybe there's 300 left for you. Go claim your land. Put that flag in that land and claim it as yours. I'm getting crazy right now, but there's so many opportunities out there. You don't have to be the fastest, the quickest, the youngest, the brightest, the strongest, the smartest. You know, a good piece of advice is to niche down. Find a niche that you want to master. You know, my mom, 65, 66, whatever she is at this point, I should probably find that out. I think her birthday is coming up soon. She, you know, staked her claim in the book territory. The funny thing is about my mom, she only goes to 2 thrift stores primarily in our area. And she's learned where the books are, like where the new ones go, what times they come out. She's built relationships with, you know, the managers and whatnot. She gets special treatment over there because she's put in the hard work to learn and to, you know, figure out her way. And she's niched down into books. And, you know, while she does move slow and, you know, if a 20-year-old came in, he'd probably, or she'd be scanning 5, 10 times faster than her, but she knows when to go. She goes multiple times. She's, you know, it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare, right? She's the tortoise, but she's smart and she's moving slow and methodically, and she doesn't quit and doesn't give up. So, you know, a lot of younger people in their teens, 20s and 30s, they quit any and everything. They get started with something, things get tough, they quit, they give up. That's the generation. They're very privileged. They want everything on a silver platter. They don't want to work for it. Everything needs to be scalable, quick, efficient, now, social media mindset. But I feel like as someone who's in their 50s and 60s and 70s, they're more patient. They know what it's like to work hard, to put in that physical labor, right? They know that it takes time to get results. And that's one of the things that I really look up to in terms of my mom is she's just slow and steady and consistent. And a lot of times you can make more money than the next guy or girl by being slow and consistent versus, you know, blowing yourself out in the first inning and going absolutely crazy and then, you know, giving up and quitting when things get tough. So hopefully this answers your question. And for anyone out there who's, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, wanting to start this and thinking to yourself like, I'm too old, I don't have the energy, you know, I don't want to have to ship things and store things and all that. Amazon FBA is great for that. By the way, Amazon FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. All you have to do is go source the items and then you ship it out to their warehouses. You put it all into a box and they'll store it at the warehouse. When it sells, they'll pick it, pack it, ship it, and send you a paycheck. Look into Amazon FBA if you don't want to have to do and wear all the hats of a traditional reselling business like Poshmark and, you know, eBay and Etsy and stuff like that. So my mom's leveraged Amazon FBA, plus she works smart, she's slow, steady, and consistent. And for anyone out there who's thinking to themselves like I was getting into, I'm too old, I'm too tired, I don't think I could do this, that's BS, that's a limiting belief. I'm telling you, there's a way to do it, and there's plenty of people out there in their 60s plus who are making this happen, but you've got to be a bit smarter about it and more strategic, and I think that's one of the upper hands that you have versus some of the younger generations. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Would love to know what your thoughts were on this video. If you guys haven't turned on the bell notification, put that on. It's somewhere up there, the bell on this page, so you can get notified when I have new videos. And with that being said, keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.